Last week, a press release was issued by Halton Hills in regards to vandalism of a variety of trees in the town. This morning I caught up with Mayor Ann Lawlor, who explains how she personally found out about one of the damaged trees while volunteering at a community cleanup day.
As I was doing my cleanup, I was moving around some of the trees and I noticed this one beautiful pine tree that had been girdled. It had been hacked around the whole trunk at the base and in order obviously to kill it. It that's the only reason why that kind of thing would happen. And so somebody had taken a hatchet or something and had chipped away the bark all the way around the tree, and that tree's a goner. There is no way that it will survive it. One of our staff arborists came out and had a look, and they said that they can't do anything to save it. So it will just gradually die. And I was over 20 feet tall. So it's a significant tree. Maybe somebody didn't like the way the shade hit their backyard. Maybe they felt that some of the needles were going to get in their pool. Maybe they didn't like the sound of the birds singing in the tree. I don't know, but I was so disappointed.
But there was more to it than that, Mayor. I mean, there was also a bunch of other little spigot trees that were freshly planted and pulled out, I read as well.
In Acton, some volunteers from Trees for Halton Hills and the neighborhood had planted 150 little trees that, about 3 feet tall. And they're adding to the forest in Wallace Park. And so they all came out one day and beavered away and put in all these beautiful little trees, mulched them, watered them, got them all set up. And then later that evening, we think, somebody came along and ripped out 150 trees and threw them all into the forest, and all the cocoa mats and so forth that had been put there on purpose to keep them safe. And so some neighbors saw that the next day. They came along and tried valiantly to put some of them back, but planting a tree takes a bit of effort. There was mulch all over the place. It was just a mess.
Yeah, just completely senseless, as you said. And luckily, those Trees for Life volunteers did come back and spent their Mother's Day planting trees. So it's, you got
Yeah.
some good people there in Halton
Well,
Hills.
we absolutely do. And the neighbors too tried to help. So yeah.
Well, another good person that is now in Halton Hills and has taken office in Halton Hills is Christina Dirksen. She is now your MPP after a successful recount. Curious, though, from a municipal perspective, you now have a town that is divided because you have two different sections, one being Liberal with Christina Dirksen, and one, of course, Michael Chong, who has been there for many years on the Conservative side of things. So how does that work for you? Does it make any difference?
Well, I'm really glad that we're going to have ears in kind of both camps, that we can talk to each of them, and each of them are great people. I know them both well. And when it comes to municipal issues that the federal government pays attention to, we don't care who the party is in power. We just care about getting things done and making things work at a municipal level. So from the federal perspective, that has to do with housing, and it has to do with infrastructure. And I was pleased to be able to meet the Prime Minister during the election campaign. He made a couple of stops in this area. And what he said to me was, I'm looking forward to working with you. So I'll take that. Absolutely. And I know that Christina is going to be a great advocate for us because she's a former town councilor with Milton. So she knows, we're cousins with them. She knows the local issues. She has legal training. And so I'm delighted that she's going to be an advocate for us and understand our issues and be able to carry them back to Ottawa.